It's not just Florida that's preparing for some serious rainfall. It could be Georgia, the Carolinas as well. Dr. Postel with us. Notoriously, we'll show you some cameras in some places that could be flooded. Notoriously, I want to ask you this as we look at these cameras. Yeah. Notoriously, the forecast for some of these big tropical rainfall events always seems to be underdone. And we're forecasting, as of now, maybe as much as 18 inches of rain around Charleston or Savannah.
Yeah.
If it goes as slow as it's expected to, do you think that number is underdone?
Yes, I do.
Significantly underdone?
I don't know about that. I mean, it's really going to depend on how quickly.
18 inches of rain is an insane number.
It is, but with a tropical cyclone, the rainmakers in there are very efficient. Mm-hmm. And so you get rain for a few hours, rainfall rates of a couple of inches per hour. Mm-hmm. That adds up real quick. Right. And the problem is that we think Debby is going to be slowing down. Much like we thought a few days ago. Remember, it was we were thinking maybe along the northern Gulf Coast it would get stuck?
Right.
That has now shifted. That region where this thing might stall is now near the Carolina coast.
And could spend roughly 2 days or more off the southeast coast?
Maybe more.
The steering currents are basically fall apart completely.
They do. And let me show you that, because I have a graphic that shows you that the jet stream kind of lifts northward and leaves Debby behind. That's a big problem, especially if it hangs out over water right near the coast. Here's the rainfall estimates that Mike was talking about. This is a product that actually uses a whole blend of different models and tries to sort of give you the best, most likely outcome. And our numbers are over a foot of rain, 1 to 2 feet in some cases. And as Mike said, rightfully so, they could be underdone based on the movement ultimately of Debby. But that's still several days away. So there's quite a bit of uncertainty. But if this thing gets stuck, like some of the models suggest, here's the European Center's forecast. Let me show you. We're going to take you out now to Monday. So we're looking way ahead. Again, this is an estimate of where Debby will be, potentially as an inland, either tropical storm or hurricane. I just put the L in to show you where the center might be, but rain surrounding it and quite a bit of it. But let's take you a day after that. How about Tuesday? Look where potentially this model says Debby might be, not very far away, and maybe just off the Georgia coast. And how about this? Let's go one day beyond that. Let's go to Wednesday. There's Debby still potentially off the coast. Again, this is one model. There are a bunch of other simulations here that I could show you. But a lot of them are kind of saying similar things, that this thing hangs out through much of the upcoming week. And we know that tropical cyclones, in whatever strength it is, are still very good rainmakers, even if they're not hurricanes. Tropical storms are tropical depressions that get stuck without any steering flow to push them out of the way, can be huge flooding problems. Here we are, relatively weak steering flow. This is what Mike was saying. Look, the fastest winds aloft are way up there near parts of the Ohio Valley and Northeast. Yeah, there's some wind aloft nearby, but that's not enough to push Debby out of the way in this model simulation. But if you want to think of other simulations out there, like, oh, I don't know, the GFS, look what it's got. It's got whatever Debby is at intensity inland, roughly the same spot. So, Mike, there's a growing consensus we'll be dealing with this through much of the upcoming week.